Hello friends, welcome to Kavita's classroom. I hope you're doing well, keeping fit and fine, and preparing hard for your exams. So let's proceed for the topic in hand today, and this is cost, a part of producer's behavior. Before proceeding any further, I request I can the same. Please like, share, and subscribe my videos. So when we talk about cost, what is cost for a producer? Cost means the cost of production. And for production, what does he need? He needs the factor and non-factor inputs. Factor inputs means land, labor, capital, and entrepreneur, right? Called the factors of production. And non-factor inputs like raw material, some other expenses related to the production process. So all these together make cost for him. So cost refers to the expenditure incurred by the producer explicitly and implicitly on the factors as well as non-factor inputs. Now the biggest question, what do you mean by the term explicitly and implicitly? We have explicit as well as implicit cost. What does it mean? Explicit is quite clear, which is visible, which goes out of your pocket, right? For example, you're paying wages to the labor. So this is explicit cost. But what about implicit cost? Implicit means which doesn't come very often so open and clear. These are hidden, right? Why hidden? Because it looks as if there is no cost involved. And here is the contrast of the accounting and economic concepts. Right. Accounting says that whatever is paid out of the pocket and goes out is the cost. But economics says that explicit as well as implicit, some unpaid expenses also are the cost. And what are these unpaid expenses? These belong to the resources of honor. What does it mean? For example, Honor is working in one of his own rooms, right? He hasn't taken any rented property to work in, right? So what is he doing? He is actually saving the rent which would have gone out, or he is sacrificing the rent which he would have earned had he given this property to somebody else. So what is this? This is the cost associated with the production. And what do we call it? Opportunity cost. Right. On a very similar note, the person is working there, right? So what goes out of the pocket is explicit and clear cost. But he himself is working for good 8 to 10 hours, devoting his own precious time. Had he not been working there, he would have been working at some other place and would have been earning handsome. So it means he is foregoing those earnings to work here. So when he is working here, he is letting some money go. That's the opportunity unavailed. How and why? To avail this opportunity of production. That's why we call what is cost? Cost is the opportunity cost, right? And it's the sum total of both implicit as well as explicit cost. So it's clearly given here. Then in economics, we say it's explicit plus implicit cost and one. But when it comes to accountancy, they say only whatever goes out of the pocket. Only the amount which is entered in the documents, that is the explicit cost, makes the cost. Hence, many a times we say that economic cost may or may not be equal to accounting cost. It would be either greater than or equal to accounting cost. Right? So, as I told you, that cost is nothing but the opportunity cost, because we are talking about whatever is the sacrifice and its worth is creating the cost. The cost is equal to explicit as well as implicit cost, the opportunity cost of hiring, purchasing inputs from the market, and opportunity cost of using self-owned inputs. Right? Whatever money is going into this process, right? Whatever payments you're making for this process, these could have been made to some other process also. So that's again an opportunity sacrifice for this production. Hence, the opportunity cost is the sum total of explicit as well as implicit cost. And these are the payments which are outrightly made for the inputs from the market, right? But these payments are not made, but this is for the self-owned inputs, right? And yeah, this example would make the things very clear. Leaving a job of 40,000 a month and evicting his tenant who was paying 50,000 a month for the factory premises, an entrepreneur undertakes the production of garments and he pays 10 lakhs for the purchase of inputs. So, what is going to be the cost, which is the sum total of explicit and implicit cost? So, we have to just clarify what is explicit component and which is implicit component, because this 10 lakhs is clearly going outside, is paid, right? So this becomes the explicit cost, right? But this is not explicitly going as a payment, but he is letting this 50,000 go. He is foregoing it. He is sacrificing this amount for the production he is making in his premises, right? So this, as well as what he is now not able to get because he is not working there, he has left his job. So these two components, 40,000 and 50,000 together make implicit cost, and this 10 lakhs which he is to go for payment, right, explicitly outside in the market, so that is a component of explicit cost. So here the total cost is nothing but the opportunity cost and sum total of implicit as well as explicit cost. Here in this case, explicit cost is 10 lakhs and implicit cost is 40,000 plus 50,000, making it 90,000. So the total cost comes out to be 10 lakhs and 90,000 for this given example, right? Then comes, yeah, they've given a beautiful expression of opportunity cost here as well. Otherwise, we know that opportunity cost is the cost of next best alternative forgone. It's the sacrifice made, right, in terms of explicit as well as implicit cost for producing a given level of output. Now, the term is selling cost and production cost. Here in this topic, under this header, when we are talking about the producer's behavior, we are primarily keeping our focus on production costs, because these costs which are associated for producing a good is called production cost, right? But whenever we are talking about how to enhance our sale, right, after production, we start making the selling cost, because that is to promote the sales. And that, for the best example, is the expenditure on advertisement. But here in this chapter, we would be keeping our focus on production cost. Selling cost is just for the sake of clarity for you, that this simply is for promotion of sales, right? So in the next video, we would be talking about the short-term costs, which are total cost, total fixed cost, total variable cost, many others. So keep watching. Bye-bye. See ya.